So what we have for you here today is a car that actually started the premium luxury segment in India but went out of the market in 2010 but is now back, bigger and better, the new Octavia. The Skoda Octavia is back on an all-new platform. This makes the car longer and more spacious on the interiors than the Skoda Laura, the car it is replacing. First up, notice the new Skoda logo above the smart grille, flanked by these bi-xenon projector headlamps with inbuilt daytime running LEDs. In profile, the car looks quite classy as Skoda has introduced a nice crease line running into the windows. The 16-inch 10-spoke alloys also add to the looks. At the rear, the design is rather familiar. It retains the notchback styling, which is an Octavia trademark. The tail lamps have the familiar Skoda C in C design, while the number plate area looks quite like the smaller Skoda Rapid. The bumper is clean and the exhaust pipe is hidden from view. This variant of the Skoda Octavia is powered by a 1.8-litre turbocharged petrol engine that puts out a whopping 178 bhp of power, which is much more than its earlier guys. But torque remains unchanged at 250 Nm due to gearbox limitations. The gearbox is a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic driving the front wheels. You get a choice of 3 drive modes: Drive, Sport and Manual. Now the 1.8 TSI automatic that we are driving feels terrific to drive. I mean, this car is a true driver's car. It has a 7-speed DSG automatic and the engine is a turbocharged engine, and you get very seamless, smooth power delivery from this engine. It has 3 modes. It's got the regular drive mode where there's a little bit of lag when you step on the throttle. Then it's got the sport mode where there's very little lag and it holds maximum RPM in each gear. And then you have the manual mode or the Tiptronic mode where you can select the gears you want and this car becomes almost like a manual transmission to drive. In fact, it's better than a manual. Steering response is really good from this electric power steering. The car handles really well and is a breeze to drive in city traffic or cruise on the highway. This variant of the Octavia is the only one equipped with an all-wheel independent suspension with a multi-link setup at the rear. This means it soaks up the undulations and bumps on the road much better than the other variants of the Octavia, and you really don't feel much of the bumps coming into the cabin. But it's also quite sporty, and when you want to corner hard, this suspension is up to the job. The new Octavia is fairly comfortable up front. It gets leather upholstery all round, while the driver's seat has power adjustment with memory settings. At the rear, things have improved considerably, but it's strictly a 4-seater. Legroom is decent, but under-thigh support could be better, and the backrest is fairly upright. The middle passenger will feel uncomfortable though, because of the high transmission tunnel. The party trick with the Octavia is the huge 590-litre boot. Pop it open and it can fit car talk expert Shreyans Jain in there. The parcel tray stashes away neatly behind the seats, and the seats themselves fold flat, turning the Octavia into a makeshift bedroom if needed. The features list is pretty huge. On the safety front, you get 6 airbags, ABS and stability control. On this Elegance variant, you get headlamp washers and adaptive headlamps that are pretty awesome. You also get cornering fog lamps that add lighting when needed. And then there's the sunroof that opens up pretty wide, adding an airy feel to the cabin. The outside auto-fold door mirrors are heated and have synchronized electric adjustment. The center console houses the multimedia infotainment system that shows you vehicle information, Bluetooth phone controls, and audio controls. It also doubles up as a display for the Park Pilot, which is very aggressive. And then there's the comprehensive multi-information display, which can keep you occupied for quite a while with its range of settings, from the average consumption, speed warning, range, to things like phone book settings, audio controls, and vehicle settings as well. All this is operated fairly intuitively with the steering mounted controls. The cruise control buttons are rather tiny, but using cruise control efficiently resulted in us getting fairly good fuel economy of over 11 kilometers per liter during our 300 kilometer road test, and in fact going up to 14 kilometers on the highway. Now at 18.25 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi, the Skoda Octavia 1.8 TSI Elegance isn't cheap if you compare it with others in its segment. However, for the kind of features and the power that it offers, the car is good value for money if you pit it against far more expensive German brands that offer the same kind of power and features for nearly twice the money. The Skoda Octavia is a car that will appeal to enthusiasts looking for luxury, convenience, and performance.